What's up, Joe? If you guys are wanting to, speak tonight and answer some questions, go ahead and request to speak, and I'll turn on the microphone, and then we can have a little chat, a little discussion. You said you're from Chicago, right?
Yeah, if I randomly hop off, it's just because I'm taking care of a dog right now. So I just
You're
want
good.
to keep you updated on that.
That's cool. What do you like to do in Chicago? Like, what is the main attractions and local perspective?
Well, if you're gonna visit Chicago, I would say definitely get pizza because we have the best pizza in the world, and I don't care what anyone from New York says, Chicago is way better.
That's so funny. I was literally just thinking, I was like, I thought it was New York pizza supposed to be the best.
Nah, New York's good. I don't hate on New York, but Chicago pizza, I'm super biased, but I think it's way better.
No, it's chill. That's so funny though. What about your bagels in comparison?
Oh no, our bagels are terrible compared to New York bagels. I
You're like,
love
pizza's
New York
good, bagels are
bagels.
terrible. That's so
I'll fly to New York just to eat a bagel from there.
that's hilarious. I like bagels too. Do you like lox? Like the fish?
What kind of fish?
I don't know. It's like salmon. It's like thin pieces of. They call it lox and something. And, like you put it on your bagel, and it's like I don't even know. It's like sushi for your bagel.
I like sushi. I don't know. I've never heard of that kind of fish.
I don't know. I think it's salmon. It's just like thin though. It's like lox is what they call it on the like when it's together. All right, hold on. I'm gonna turn on Joe's. Invite Joe to speak. Maybe invite to speak. Joe, if you can hear me, go ahead and accept that if you're wanting to hang out and talk. Right now, we're just kind of waiting for a little crew panel to come on in. I'm waiting for Joe, I think. Send an invite. I don't know what. I don't know. Wait, there's a message. Oh, no, that's not. It's just me. Hello, Ocean. What's going on? Oh, Joe just accepted it. What's up, Joe? How's it going? Ocean, if you're wanting to answer some questions tonight, go ahead and request the microphone. We're going to have a few questions. Right now, we're just kind of waiting for everyone to come on in and hang out and add everyone who's going to be talking. Hope you guys are having a great Wednesday. What time is it for you? It's like what? 6 now?
6 p.m. for me.
Oh, okay.
7 for me.
7 for you. Okay, 7 for us too.
Joe, where are you from?
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, nice.
Nice. I was just in North Carolina to go. We went through like the little piece that goes up to Tennessee because I was going
Okay.
to.
You went up by Asheville. You probably went up through Asheville.
Yeah.
Yeah. Asheville's got one of my favorite hotels, the Grove Park. It's in the mountains up there, overlooking the town.
What's it called?
Grove Park Inn.
Grove Park Inn. I'll have to write that down and visit it sometime. We didn't stay. We just went, day trip through it to go camping.
Oh, that's good.
Yep.
Dude, my little brother played baseball in North Carolina in college. Have you heard of the school Belmont Abbey?
I have. I'm actually going to be next to that place tomorrow.
Oh, wow. Yeah, my little brother played baseball there, and he loved it. It was really cool visiting him out there.
Yep, that area is nice. I mean, I'm more of a Charleston person. Is probably my favorite place to be, but
Dude, wait, Charleston, South Carolina?
yeah.
That's literally my favorite town on the planet.
Oh, it is mine too. I got a house down there. I go down there quite frequently.
What do you guys like about it so much? Is it just like the nature
It's the
scenery,
most
or?
unique place you'll ever go.
I mean,
That's
it's
awesome.
old. It's old South, so you get amazing architecture down there. The
Oh, okay, cool.
restaurants. It is so hard to find a bad restaurant there. In fact, Hall's Chop House is my favorite restaurant in the country on King Street. And then, I mean, you have so much great nightlife, rooftop bars. You're right next to the ocean. It's kind of hard to find a downside.
That's nice, though. I'll have to visit there sometime. Where are you from, Ocean? Oh, he's not requested the mic. All right, I think we're gonna get started. I know there's not a whole lot of people in here to quite yet, though that's okay because it's gonna stream on YouTube as well. So we're gonna get going, everyone.
We are live. It's the Bamboo Club Live, brought to you by QueenOrca.io. Venus put together another panel tonight to talk about UFC 315. We're also going to talk about the last card because a lot of people are talking about that Bo Nickel upset. And we're going to give away a Bamboo Club NFT live on the show. All right, so Venus, tell me who you got on the show tonight.
All right, everyone. We got Joe on. We've got the Punch Report. Tonight we've got Ocean listening in and Dawn listening in. You guys, if you are wanting to put in your 2 cents as well, just go ahead and request the mic and we'll definitely give you guys access. Real quick, let's just go through. Everyone can kind of introduce themselves, tell us what you do. If you have a YouTube, drop that handle real quick. And, everyone, while you're on here, if you don't mind just giving everyone up here a quick follow, that'd be awesome. So, Joe, we'll start with you. Tell us your name, obviously it's Joe's, what you do, and if you have like a YouTube.
No, I don't have a YouTube. I would say clearly not a professional UFC guy, but more of a little bit better than a casual fan. I go to a couple UFC events a year. I talk about it during the fight cards on UFC and with some other different people. I'll comment and score fights as we go along, and just actually love the camaraderie and sportsmanship that I think the UFC and combat sports in general has for one another.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining. We're super happy to have you. Let's go on to the punch report. Sorry. Go ahead and introduce yourself, and if you got YouTube, drop that handle.
Yeah, what's up, guys? I don't have a YouTube, but I just post on X, and I have a TikTok as well. It's at the Punch Report, but with no underscore on TikTok, and I'm just a huge passionate fan since I was like literally like 8 years old, and I'm 32 now, so it's been a long time, and I had like a Chuck Liddell versus Rampage poster in my room when I was in like fourth grade. So like I've been a huge fan. I don't know if that math or that timeline lines up well, but I was pretty young when I had that poster. But anyways, just huge MMA fan, and I post about it. I'm just super passionate, and I post cool like UFC edits, and I'm just a huge fan, and I love talking about it. So that's why I'm here.
All right, awesome. Love that. So that again is the Punch Report, and he's got that TikTok with basically the same username. It sounds like, except without the underscore. So good. Give a follow to all of our speakers tonight. I think someone was trying to request, but they're gone. That's okay. Welcome in Axel, NFT, and Ocean. We're so glad to have you guys listening in tonight. Let's off script. Let's go ahead and start going with the questions for tonight.
I see you, Ocean. I see you. Hey, Punch Report. I actually remember that fight like it was yesterday. Chuck Liddell and Rampage. That was one of the best fights.
Yeah, I love that, and I just remember being a little kid and just watching it, and there's something about just what I was seeing on TV that I was like, all right, there's something cool about this.
Yeah, I remember when Chuck Liddell got beat. That was a sad day, man. He was my favorite fighter.
Me too, man. I grew up a huge Chuck guy.
Yeah, man. And Joe, I see that you're into crypto. It looks like your mic is muted. I see that you're into crypto. What kind of crypto do you like?
You kind of a mixed thing. I mean, I have bit is obviously I think the base that everyone probably has in crypto, and then more of like the blue chip alts, XRP, which still I think they have the best marketing pitch in all of crypto, but Chainlink, HBAR, things along those lines. I generally don't dive into the meme coins too much, although that's what got me sucked into crypto originally was the meme coin.
Yeah, that's smart, man. I like Solana. I like XRP too. Right now, I pretty much just hold Solana. I like Avalanche.
Solana's a great one. I think it's kind of hard to go wrong with as things scale up.
Right, man. All right, so the next UFC event is UFC 315. It's this Saturday. As you guys know, it's at the Bell Center in Montreal, Canada. The main event is for the welterweight championship. It's Belal Muhammad defending his belt against the number one contender, Della Maddalena. The co-main event is the women's flyweight championship with the current champ, Valentina Shvenko. I hope I pronounced that right. Taking on the French contender, Manon Fiorot. So before we talk about that, though, let's talk about last week's fight. Let's talk about Bo Nickel. We'll start with you, Joe. What do you think about Bo Nickel? Do you think he still has a chance?
Well, I mean, you got to remember, Bo Nickel's got 8 fights into UFC, and he's a little undersized for the weight. Obviously, tremendous wrestling, probably some of the best wrestling in the UFC just because of his pedigree. But he still needs to develop. He just like his coach said, he doesn't have a ton of octagon time. And when Ritter had him up against the fence, he had no answers for just being held on the fence, and certainly no answers for the knees that absolutely destroyed his liver and ended the fight. But he has enough talent, enough heart, and this is what he's chosen for his profession. I mean, maybe he needs to look at dropping down to a different weight class to 170 to be more competitive. I don't even know if that's possible for him. I don't know what kind of weight he's cutting as it is now. But I mean, his next fight obviously is not going to be a ranked opponent. He'll have to step back and see how he does from there. And I think it's kind of a one fight at a time kind of thing. I don't think he's gone by any stretch of the imagination. He seems to be very humble about this loss, and I think we'll probably see him again, probably more than once.
So who do you think they should give him next?
Oh, that I have no idea. I've not looked through all the potential options that he has.
All right, what about you, Punch Report? What do you think about the Bo Nickel fight? What do you think about Bo Nickel in general? You with us, Punch? I think you're muted. He might have had to go. He said he was doing a couple things.
Looks like he's muted right now,
yeah,
but sure he'll come back on.
Yeah, so MMA Council, if you want to request the mic, we can also talk to you, my friend. Ocean, I don't know if you're a big MMA fan, but you definitely lit up our last space. We appreciate you, my friend. All right, so Joe, it looks like you and I are the only ones talking right now. So let's talk about UFC 315. I'm going to tell you right now, I have a different outlook than everybody else does on the main event. I definitely think that Della's going to win. I do think he's going to take home the belt and upset Muhammad. What do you think?
Oh, it's certainly possible. I mean, he's got crazy hands. I think it's going to depend if Muhammad gets in trouble, is he able to slow things down, like he kind of has a little bit of a history for. But I think they're going to start off swinging. I think it's going to be kind of a wild start and then settle into either a stalling match or.
Right.
I mean, I don't really think it goes grappling too much, honestly. I think we see a finish on the feet one way or the other. Somebody gets caught with something.
I do think Muhammad is going to try to take him down, actually. He's been saying in the news that he doesn't want to take him down. He wants to stand and bang with him, but I think he's just saying that. And I don't think it would be a good idea because I think that he's going to get beat if he does that.
Oh, 100%. That's why I say I think he's going to stand and bang until he realizes it's not a great idea. Then it's going to become a grappling match to try to win on control and points. Maybe, who knows, maybe he catches him in a submission.
Now, I see that, like I said, you're into crypto. Are you into NFTs as well?
I'm not. That is something I probably should spend more time exploring, but honestly, I've not spent a great deal of time exploring NFTs. And I mean, the crypto world is, it's kind of like walking into the woods and you have so many different things you can see to catch your eye that you want to explore, but only so much time to look at things.
Right. So it looks like the MMA Council has the mic now. You are muted. But let's ask you that first question. What are your thoughts on Bo Nickel and his loss and his future? What do you think, MMA Council?
Can y'all hear me good?
Yeah, we hear you.
Cool. Bo, I started out kind of high on Bo whenever he was coming through the Contender Series and on his little come up, but after his last performance before the Reiner fight, he didn't really do anything spectacular. You know, normally he's going to go out there and try to get the finish, but it didn't seem like he had that same motive. So I was very high on Ryder coming in on this fight. You know, I had a feeling that I didn't think he was going to finish him, honestly. I thought they were both going to kind of grapple each other a lot. So it was a very surprising way of finish, but I mean, it was a good fight. I'm kind of glad Bo got knocked back down to his senses. He really wanted to fight Hamza.
Yeah, he was a little too hyped, I think. He really looked outclassed the other night. He really did. So, okay, MMA Council, on 315, Muhammad versus Della, how do you pronounce it? Della
Maddalena.
Della Maddalena, that's a good name. But who do you think's going to win? I think Maddalena's going to win, I really do.
Yeah, I'm on JDM as well. I'm not a big fan of Bilal as a champ or Bilal as a fighter. He's never really done anything that spikes my interest in him, I guess, in a fighter. And the guy who I run this page with, he'll probably say a little different, you know. But I'm not a big Bilal fan, so I'm JDM all the way.
So you weren't really on here when we were talking about telling us about yourself, but let us know about your page. Do you have a YouTube? Tell us what you
do. We're actually kind of fresh. It's me and a buddy. We watch all the fights. One champ. Not really into Bellator. We watch PFL, LFA. We go to any fights. We're from Kentucky, so any fights that come near to us, we always go to them. But we've just been trying to get into like the Twitter space and kind of TikTok-ish, but not really on TikTok. Just mainly Twitter. Just trying to do something to where, you know, we can go interview the fighters one day or something crazy, you know.
So you're probably a Wildcats fan?
Yeah.
Nice. Basketball, football, or what? You like basketball?
Just basketball. And I ain't been a Kentucky football fan in years. They're fucking terrible.
How much do you know about the Wildcats basketball team?
Past couple years, probably not much, but
I don't mean past couple years, but like in the past, like you know the Rups Runts. Yeah, it's when the team had what is his name from the Miami Heat, the coach of the Miami Heat when he played for him.
Oh shit, that's well before my time.
Yeah, it is. All right, so we have a couple new people in here as well. Gilly the Kid, what's going on, my friend?
What's up, man? How are you?
Good, man. So tell us your thoughts on the Bo Nickel fight. Did you watch that fight?
Yeah, I actually have a friend that trains down at Killcliff. He's very young. He was actually telling me how he thinks RDR is going to win and is going to win very easily. I mean, I was telling him, like, you kind of have to say that because, you know, he's with you and he's training with you or stuff like that. And he's like, no, man. He's like, the guy is very legit and he has so much experience that he feels like the experience is going to come into play. And sure as shit, it did. Like, it really looked like Bo Nickel, like, for, like, you know how, like, the Monstars in Space Jam, they stole his powers?
Right.
That's literally what it looked like. And I don't dislike Bo Nickel, but I don't like him either. Like, he does way too much talking and way too much looking into the future, and he's nowhere even near the stuff he was talking about. Like, for him to even think about Khamzat Chimaev, especially now, it looks like that might never happen. The way he just got done, like, he got hit, and when he got hit, it looked like he didn't even like expect it to hurt like that.
He did look like that.
He just looked like he was in there. Yeah. He didn't want to be a fighter anymore. That's what it looked like.
Yep.
And I'm not trying to shit on him or anything like that. Like, Penn State wrestling is top of the cream of the crop and all that stuff, especially him. he was the guy, but that's wrestling. You know what I'm saying? This is not just wrestling. Like, you got to be. I think, don't get me wrong, I think he's very elite in the wrestling category. But once you get, like Mike Tyson said, everybody got a plan until you get punched in the mouth.
That's right.
And that plan changed really quick, man. It just looked like he just wanted to be out. And he just, like, if you're asking for my personal opinion, he needs to stop talking about those guys that are up there, those guys that have been in wars, those guys that are absolute killers. Because Hamzat's a killer. I don't care what nobody says. He is an absolute killer. And when he fights DDP, I'm telling you, it's less than 2 rounds, and DDP is gonna submit. He's gonna get submitted. I'm telling anybody that wants to listen.
I hear you, man, and I have to agree with Joe when he said that he was pretty humble in this loss. So you never know. He could go back to the drawing board. You know, sometimes when you lose is when you really learn. So he might come back strong, like Joe said.
He might, but at the same time, it's like, even if he does come back strong, it's good to keep what happened to you in your back pocket and remember
That's right.
that it could happen to you again. So wait until you get up to and you start fighting those bigger guys. I'm not saying RDR is not a bigger. He's a name, but he's not a Drickus. He's not a Hamzat. He's not a Robert Whitaker. He's not there yet. So for him to get to lose that bad right now is just best for him to, you know, keep on training, keep on fighting, and keep all that other. Especially when he said, "I wouldn't be surprised if I was a minus 1,000 when I start fighting Hamzat." Are you out of your mind, dude? No one would ever be a minus 1,000 against Hamzat Chimaev unless Hamzat was literally fighting God. That's the only way.
I hear you, man. And you said as far as 315, you're in Madalena's camp. You think he's going to win it?
No, I got Bilal.
I really think Madalena's going to take this one home, man. I think it's going to be round 2 TKO. That's what I think. I think they're going to go in there. They're going to bang for a minute. Muhammad's going to realize he needs to shoot, and I think it's going to be a bad day for him. That's my prediction.
My thing is this. I understand that, but why would you think it'd be a bad day if Bilal shoots on Jack if when you watched Basil Hafez being able to take him down at will?
We're talking about Madalena, like, taking Madalena down?
Yeah, he was taking Jack, and this was on, like, what, 10 days notice for Basil Hafez. And this is no disrespect to Basil Hafez. I like Basil Hafez. I think he's a dog. But at the same time, you can't put Basil Hafez and Bilal Muhammad in the same sentence as far as what they've done. You know what I'm saying?
I hear that.
I understand a lot of people don't like Bilal. They say he's boring, he's this, he's that. That's great. But the comment that the guy made before, he said something about, you know, Bilal doesn't spark his interest. Why does Jack spark your interest? What has Jack done since he's been in the UFC? Who has he beat?
Well, isn't he on like a 19-fight win streak or something like that?
Right, but who?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I think the first half of those 19 were probably unranked, but then he started getting some ranked fighters.
Right, but who? Tell me, give me 3 of the names without Googling them.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Also, none of them are going to be like Muhammad.
And I'm not shitting on Jack Della at all. I like Jack Della Maddalena. I don't think he's bad. I don't think anything like that. But I'm just saying, like, same thing when people try to throw out the Habib thing when they say, yeah, but he had outside of the last 3 fighters that he's fought, who's on his list? And then it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a catch-22. They want to do it for Jack, but they don't want to do it for Habib. They want to say this for Jack, but then they want to turn around and say who Bilal has beaten. Bilal has now that TKO against Sean Brady. Why don't they bring that up anymore?
No, I hear you, man.
They saying he really don't finish people, but who finished Sean Brady? Nobody except who? Bilal. You got to give it to him. Sean Brady right now is looking like an absolute beast. I really think when it's all said and done, I really think Sean Brady's going to come back and he's going to take over that division. Sean Brady's an animal.
I hear you, man. So it looks like the MM alien is in the room. Hey, request the mic, my friend. Let's see.
I don't think he requested it earlier, but we'll see if he does now.
I gotcha.
It's in the lower left-hand corner for anyone who's, at least on my screen. I don't know.
And by the way, anybody that cares, I ran into Erin Blanchfield yesterday, and I asked her who's going to win between Manon Farrow and Shevchenko, and she literally said to me, "It's a toss-up," but she said Manon is freakishly strong.
Yeah, that is going to be a little harder to call. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll talk about that one here in just a minute. What's going on, Alien? Oh, it looked like you requested, but now where you at? Where you at?
What's going on?
What's going on, my friend?
Just chilling, just getting some work done. Sorry, a little bit late. Hopping
you're
here for a
good.
bit though.
Yeah, you're good, man. So
That's
you
all
weren't
right.
here when we were telling each other about yourself. So tell us what you do. Tell us about your page, and if you have a YouTube.
No YouTube, man. I don't really know how to explain my page, man. I just make memes and cool designs sometimes and say funny shit sometimes. And that's really it, man. I'm a big MMA fan, big fan of comedy, big fan of martial arts. Yeah, I'm just here to make people laugh for the most part.
All right, so
Well,
you're gonna get the
we
same.
definitely need that.
Yeah, Venus put together a
appreciate it.
good panel tonight. You guys all know what you're talking about. So we'll ask you the same question. So as far as before we ask you about UFC 315, what was your thoughts on the Bo Nickel fight, and what's your thoughts on his future?
Bo had it coming, man. He's obviously, he's a very credentialed athlete. He's not a bad athlete by any means. It'd be crazy to say that, but you talk a lot of talk. You got to back it up. And yeah, once he faced someone with some legitimate threats, he got folded. So I'm not a big fan of Bo. I don't like his personality and stuff like that. But I respect anyone that can take a loss like that and come back and prove people wrong. So if he does that, good on him. If not, it is what it is, kind of thing.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to depend on what he does,
yeah.
if he learns from that loss. All right, and I'm in on 315. It's not everybody agrees with me, but I do think Della Maddalena is going to take home the belt. I think he's going to win. I think he's going to beat Muhammad. What's your thoughts?
I guess the way I look at it, right, is you have Bilal. He beat Sean Brady at Sean Brady's game. He was able to wrestle with him, strike with him, and then he ended up finishing him. He fought Leon Edwards 5 rounds, stood with him, was able to handle the striking. So, if he can handle the wrestling with Brady, the striking with Leon, I think JDM's good at both those things, but I don't think he's necessarily as good at either of those things as Brady or maybe even Leon. Leon may be a bit questionable. He's definitely got more power than Leon. Leon's definitely more of a point fighter. Jack's trying to take people's heads off, but Jack's got some dope boxing. He's got some really sick body shots, and I think that, it's different. You don't see a lot of people hitting body shots. And he's really good at it. And
body shots.
I don't know, man.
Fight.
I think Bilal's going to get it. I think Jack. I mean, I live in Australia. I'm not from Australia, but I live here, and I think having a second Aussie champ would be great. More events here, more pay-per-views here. I'll take it. But yeah, man, I think Bilal's going to take it, but I think JDM's got a chance. But I think it's probably going to be Bilal by decision. I don't see Bilal getting a submission. I think he's only got one submission on his record.
I can't see
I think
it
it's going to be Bilal decision. So
I can't see it going to the scorecards, man. I just can't see it. The only way I see that happening,
it's a tricky one.
Yeah, is if Mahala just takes him to the cage and just wants to hold him on the cage the whole fight. Then I could see it going to the scorecards.
Yeah, I think if anything, if Bilal does win, it's probably going to be a lot of wrestling, a lot of grappling, probably some holding. I don't think Bilal's going to get a submission. I really don't think Bilal's going to submit Jack. If anything, he's going to pull a Khabib or a Kamaru type wrestling performance, or even a Bilal type wrestling performance, where he's not terrible on the feet. I never rated Bilal striking before, but he showed he can throw some hands recently. So if he's gotten better, great. Maybe we're going to get a cool stand-up fight, but I expect some wrestling from Bilal for sure. But from Jack as well. I mean, it's MMA, so. But I think
let's
Bilal's
talk.
Gonna get it. I think decision.
I just don't see it, man. We're gonna have to go back to this space afterwards. But let's talk about the co-main event. The ladies fighting. They're also fighting for the title, and they're both their names are a little hard to pronounce. But let's go back to Joe on the co-main event. Who do you think's gonna take the belt?
I think she's going to keep the title.
Yeah, I honestly do too.
When you watch some of her highlights, I mean, she is just absolutely brutal. I can't see. And
Firo
I have to say that I watch the women's fight and I pay nearly as much attention to that as I probably should sometimes. But I just think it's kind of hard to argue with that kind of power. She's the champ coming in. I don't see her losing it this time.
I think Shevchenko is going to take it home as well. But I'll tell you what, Firo is also no joke. Have you watched the?
You know what's the crazy part about this? Valentina is actually the underdog. It doesn't make any sense.
I don't know, man. Have you watched the countdown? Did you watch what is it, UFC 315 countdown, or have you seen Firo in action? Because
it's just based on her previous fight. The one with Aaron wasn't. It wasn't like a good fight. It was, and I think also with Rose as well. It was a pretty shitty fight. So, she hasn't, to me, proven herself to be like a fucking savage like Valentina. Just Valentina's history, bro. Like she's just on a different level. I don't even think this is gonna be competitive, to be honest. I think she's gonna
agree.
Maybe get a finish on this chick. I think there's levels to it.
I do agree with you, man. I think she's gonna keep the belt as well. She is a badass. Faro is no joke, but Shevchenko, I think she'll keep it. All right, what about you, MMA Alien? What do you think about the co-main event? Which one takes the belt home?
Bro, I think Shevchenko dies with that belt, man. I don't think Manon's bad, but I'm a Shevchenko fan, man. She's a true warrior.
Yeah.
Later,
we're losing you a little bit, Alien. We're losing you.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, there you go. I think this is one that we're all going to agree on. I think Shevchenko is a badass.
No, I got Manon for you.
Man, look,
who said that?
I think Shevchenko. I think she's she's going to wrestle more.
So Gilly is taking Faro.
I don't think Shevchenko is going to be strong enough to take Manon down, and I'm just being honest. I think Manon is bigger. I think she's stronger, and I think she's faster. And I don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Shevchenko is not good or anything like that. I just think that she's getting a little bit older in age, and I think Manon is just she's fighting her at the right time. Because if this was 5-6 years ago, obviously I wouldn't even look any other way. But Shevchenko. So, but I'll be the lone guy, and I'll say Manon. That's where I'm going.
I hear you, man. Did you watch the whole trilogy of hers?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a badass. You're right. She is getting a little bit older. And I'm not going to count Faro out because she's also a badass, but I still think Shevchenko takes it. What about you, MMA Council? What is your thoughts on that one?
I think Shevchenko beat Grasso the first time they fought, honestly. So to see her come back, beat her the second time they fought, I don't see this being the challenge, honestly. I say she gets it done within 5 for sure.
Wait, did Grasso sub Shevchenko the first time they fought? Hold on, never mind.
No, they fought 3 times. You're right. No, she subbed Grasso.
You're talking about the second fight.
Yeah, the draw.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. All right, yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, the second and third. My bad.
What about you, Javier? Did you already talk about this one? What was your thoughts?
Yeah, bro, I did. Just real quick, I did miss the main event. Do you guys think that fight is going the distance or not going the distance?
I think that Della Maddalena is going to win that fight. I really do. I see him winning the fight, but nobody else on the panel agrees with me.
I think it's a pick-me, right? But I'm curious if it's going to be a finish in there or not.
I think it's going to finish. I think it'll be a TKO in the second round.
I think for Jack to win the fight, he's going to have to finish Bilal.
That's probably true.
He's gonna have to if that fight becomes a decision, it is going to be booed and be an incredibly boring fight because it's going to be a wrestling hold him against the cage.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Not necessarily. I don't think it would be the whole fight. It might incorporate here and there, but I don't think it'll be the whole fight. But I do think that if Jack has to win, I think Jack has to knock him out. I don't think he wins any other way.
I agree.
I probably do agree with that as well, yeah. But I think what's going to happen is they're going to go in there and I think he's going to try to shoot right away. He's going to try to hold him on the fence for the whole fight. So I do agree
he said that he's not gonna shoot. I don't know how much of a lie that is. I'm just saying what he said.
We both know that's not true, though.
Yeah,
Once
no, I
Bilal gets
understand
hurt,
that
he's gonna
because if
shoot.
he sees that Jack's striking is way better than his, he's gonna have no choice but to shoot. Like when Ian Gary was fighting what's his name, MVP. Ian Gary saw that his striking is not as fast as MVP, so he had to resort to wrestling. And MVP would have beat him if that was a 5-round fight.
You know, the other thing is, as fans, I think that we get caught up with fans want to see blood every single fight like it's Gladiator. Dana wants to see fights like that because that drives pay-per-view. But in the end,
the fighter just wants to win.
Everyone just wants to win. And if they need to have a slow fight to win, they're going to have a slow, boring fight to win because that's what matters to them, and that's how they get paid.
And that's what used to happen with St. Pierre. George St. Pierre, a lot of times, he was pretty dominant, but a lot of times he would just hold him up against the cage, and he would get that win. And he was, one of the most dominant welterweights of all time. But it's just like you said, he was going to just kind of stop you from winning rather than win it himself, if that makes sense.
Can I say something that I think is kind of controversial, but I'm going to say it anyway?
Do it.
I think people don't want to see Bilal win because he's Palestinian and he reps Palestine. That's a big reason why I think a lot of people. I'm not saying anybody on this panel. Right. I'm just saying in general. I think a lot of people don't want to see him win because of that.
That could be true. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that's not even what I look at. I didn't even know that, honestly. I'm
like I said, I'm not saying you or anybody that's in this chat. I'm saying there is people out there that Bilal could go and he could fucking cure cancer and they'll still get mad at him because he's Palestinian.
I hear you, man. That could be the case.
Yeah, but but we're tribal by nature. I don't think that's the UFC fans, to be specific, because I think we really are more purist about the sport. Because look, you have the whole Russia-Ukraine thing going on, and people still cheer for Russian fighters and cheer for Ukrainian fighters when they do well. I think that probably there is some toxic sort of stuff when you get into what's going on in Gaza, but I still think most of the fans really just want to see good fights. And look, Bilal may root for Palestine, but every interview I've heard him talk about, he seems like a reasonably good person.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There's not a lot.
He does
just because he represents Palestine. I don't think maybe the Jewish community is not a fan of that. But look, that's all tribal. If there was a Jewish fighter, I guarantee you that the Muslim community might also be like, well, we don't like him for that reason too. So, but I think that's very few.
Right. No, what you're saying is true. But there's like what you were saying before, like people want to see blood every fight. When I went to UFC 302 when Islam fought Poirier, and the first fight on that card, I forget the kid's name. He was an American kid, and he was fighting a Brazilian kid. I forget the name. I think something Lima. Long story short, when the American kid shot a takedown and he got the takedown, the crowd was cheering. And then when Islam did it to Poirier, they were booing. I'm like, what the? I was like, what's the difference between, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't want Dustin to get taken down, or is it because Islam is, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get what I'm trying to get at?
Oh no, I do, and I get what's good. Look, it's hard to say that we don't get cultural inside of the arena. Like you have, depending on what country you're in, that home team cheers for its fighters more than they're going to cheer for fighters from another country, especially if there's any sort of rivalry between the two countries or issues floating out there that people can shit talk about.
Right. I think what's his name is going to get booed the loudest. Chuck Buffalo. But I like that dude. I think that dude is good. I think he's going to win. That's one of my underdog locks of the week. I got two of them.
What do you guys think about the undercard, or not necessarily the undercard, but the other fights on the main card? What do you think about those?
That Grasso one is confusing, too, because they think she's going to lose, and I think she's going to beat this fucking girl up.
Silva's good, man.
But Grasso just came off of 3 fights with Valentina, and she arguably beat Valentina both. She did beat Valentina. She submitted her, and then fucking got a draw. Like, I just don't think Natalia has that experience, like, she's at all. Like,
but she's a different kind of fighter. She has a different style. She's very fast, she's very strong, and she's in and out. You know what I'm saying? Like, she'll throw a kick, she'll throw a jab, and she's out of there. Like she's not there for you to grab. And in a 3-round fight, I believe it's 3 rounds. It's going to be very hard to catch somebody like that. I got Silva anyway. I'm just saying. I like the fight. I like the styles, but I think Silva wins.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying this is going to be a UFC that's not very exciting. I'm actually excited for it, for both the main event as well as the co-main event. But I'm real excited about the next UFC with Sugar Shane. Sugar Sean. Is it Sean or Shane? Oh, you'll be at the fight?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah, that's going to be a good fight. That's a good card too.
Yeah, it's got some good fights on it.
Are you an O'Malley fan?
I don't dislike him. He's not one of my favorites. I like to watch him fight, but he's not like one of my favorite fighters.
I hear you. So let's just kind of move away from
Hey, Gilly, maybe Natalia Silva by split decision?
Possibly. It's not dumb.
I don't know. I have Silva on that one too.
But I got a fight that's some people would probably say no, but I got Ayman Zahabi beating Jose Aldo.
Who do you have in the next UFC? Do you have Merab beating O'Malley?
I want to say yes, but the only thing that really got me is in the first fight, in the 5th round, O'Malley caught him with something, and I don't know why he didn't go and act on it. I don't know, maybe he was tired or what, but they did say that he had a couple injuries going into the fight. I don't know how much of that I believe, but if O'Malley can do that again early and catch him with something and hurt him, I think O'Malley can finish him. Do I want O'Malley to win? I want O'Malley to win, yes. Do I think he wins? No.
I think he's probably the underdog in this fight, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, he's like a plus 225 or plus 240.
What do you think, Joe? O'Malley or Merab?
I mean, I love Merab. I got to be honest. The videos of him all over the internet just doing wild, crazy things that I know makes Dana cringe every time he sees those videos. I just can't help but want to root for that man because he just seems like he's loving life. O'Malley did say that he was injured. I saw something today from Ways to Well where he was getting stem cell treatments in his back, and he says he's at 100% and he's feeling much better. I mean, I'd like to see a good fight, not have it be kind of boring. And I do agree, O'Malley hurt him in round 5, and I just don't know that he had enough in his tank, maybe because he was hurt, maybe because it was round 5 and he was worn out from the fight, that he didn't have enough to finish him there. So I think what happens early, that first round will probably set the tone. Do we see the old Sean O'Malley who comes out with lightning hands and hurts people, or are we going to have more of a slow pace as it settles in again? I think Merab's going to win. But
what about you, Xavier? What do you think, man? What do you think about that?
Yeah. I think Merab is going to win as well, and just based off of honestly a few things. The way Merab's resume is better. Merab trains with former champion Aljo, who is now, up a weight class. Merab's gym in general that he trains at just has better fighters. He's getting better experience, just training. And also, I think, Merab is, he already beat O'Malley when O'Malley was at his best. I don't want to hear that excuse. O'Malley was the champ, and he was at his most confident. At that moment, and Merab took that when he was most confident. So I just think O'Malley has. I think he should have had like 1 or 2 more fights before getting this title shot. Because we just seen Merab beat fucking Umar, and that in itself, everyone thought Umar was going to be the next champ. I don't see O'Malley fucking beating Umar. I don't see O'Malley beating a few people, honestly.
I don't think O'Malley would beat Sandhagen, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so I think O'Malley just, he got the belt from Aljo. It was a nice knockout, but he has like some growing up to do. He's still he's still a kid, he's still young, honestly.
What about you, MMA Council? Did you already talk about this one? O'Malley or Merab? What do you think?
Man, I'm a I mean, huge O'Malley fan, but my heart tells me that Merab's gonna beat him. Merab is all around a way better fighter. You know, if they stand for 5 rounds, I still don't see O'Malley knocking him out. You know, Merab is out here diving into ice ponds and shit and just getting a cut. So, I mean, I want to say O'Malley, and whenever the day comes, I'll pick O'Malley, but I know Merab's probably gonna win it.
Who was it that was saying they were going to be at that fight?
Me.
That's Gilly. I wish I was there, bro. Where is it taking place at?
At the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey.
Oh man, that's going to be a good fight, bro.
Yeah, should be fun. I try to attend every event that's over here in Jersey.
So I don't know if any of you guys are into NFTs, but we're going to be giving away a free Bamboo Club NFT. If you do want it, go over to our YouTube. We're streaming this live right now on YouTube as well. The Bamboo Club off script. Just type in the chat, tell me that you want the NFT, and I'll pick somebody. So just a couple more questions before we get out of here, man. Kind of off that topic. Let's talk about John Jones for a minute. Do you think he's ducking Aspinall? We'll start with Xavier. Do you think John Jones is ducking him?
No, and I think John Jones fucking he deserves the right to be like, yo, I want to fight when I want to fight. If it wants to be at the end of the year, you know, it's at the end of the year. You know, he's put in fucking like 10+ years as a champion. He's earned that right to say, hey, this is my last fight. I'm choosing the time. So you know, it's just unfortunate the fucking UFC, you know, did that to Tom about the interim belt. They just made a fucking a bad scenario for no reason, you know, because he could have been fighting. But yeah, I don't think John's ducking anyone. He's definitely gonna fight Tom, and he even said so. He said he wants one more poster on his wall, and then
Yeah, I
obviously
saw
that's
that.
gonna be Tom.
What about you, Joe? John Jones, is he ducking Aspinall?
You know, I don't know what he's doing, but I couldn't disagree more with the whole he gets to fight once per year. I think when you have a champion, I don't care who it is, if you're fighting once a year, it's not good for the sport. It's certainly not good for. And listen, I think John Jones is the GOAT. He is probably the greatest heavyweight. He is the greatest heavyweight who has fought. But it is tarnishing his legacy that for no reason other than time thing, he's letting it sit there. Dana's not making this happy. I think, honestly, to me, I look at Aspinall as champ right now, and I think he should just pick a fight and move on and ignore John. And I think if he does that, then I think that'll force John to.
Wait, we gotta answer. Who do we think wins too?
I think John Jones still takes it, but Xavier, I actually agree with Joe on that one because I know that Jones is, you know, one of the GOATs, but I think it's bad for the sport if you just keep, I don't know, pushing the fights off, fighting once a year. You know, I think that Joe's right on that one. I still think Jones wins, though. What about you, Gilly?
It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to think that he doesn't have one more rabbit in his hat because he is so dominant. But
I think that Stipe Miocic almost beat him, though.
Wait, not beat him how? Like
almost beat him.
TKO'd?
No,
he got crushed.
Well, didn't they fight twice?
No.
Oh, okay, okay.
It was a beating.
What about you, Gilly? John Jones, is he ducking Aspinall?
All right, now, remember before when I told you that when you asked me about Sean O'Malley, is he one of your favorite fighters? Sean O'Malley's not one of my favorite fighters, but who is Tom Aspinall. I've been following Tom Aspinall from even before the UFC, and I will tell anybody that wants to hear this that Tom Aspinall knocks out John Jones in under 2 rounds. Anybody that wants to bet me, I don't care how much you want to bet me, I will match it, and then I will take it from anybody when he wins. I'm guaranteeing a Tom Aspinall victory when he fights John Jones. Guaranteeing. I've been saying it for not just now, I've been saying it for months. Whenever he gets in there, if he gets in there, I don't know what John Jones is doing, but I know for a fact he is ducking that man. Because he wants to pick and choose to fight Pereira and to fight Stipe. Let me tell you something. The beating Stipe at this point in Stipe's career and his career does absolutely nothing for John Jones. All it does is it says Stipe Miocic. But this is not Stipe Miocic of 7-8 years ago or when Stipe was Stipe. This is you're fighting a firefighter, Stipe. Let's be real. Firefighter Stipe is who you beat. Congratulations, dude. You beat Cyril Gahn. Cyril Gahn sucks. I don't care what anybody says. He's not what anybody thinks he was going to be. He's not. If he beats Tom Aspinall, I will never, ever, ever say anything again about John Jones. I will label him the GOAT. He can go into the sunset, and I will always call him the GOAT from this point. But if he doesn't fight Tom Aspinall, I don't care what he's done in his career. You're out, bro. You're out.
What about you, MMA Council? You feel the same?
I 110% believe he's ducking him because I don't think he should be champ. I don't think there should be an interim champ. I think Tom Aspinall should be the champ right now. It shouldn't be fair to every other heavyweight that John Jones decides to fight once a year, once every other year. You know, like it's really fucking stupid, to be honest with you. And I think Tom, just like, who's that, Gilly? I think Tom gets it done within 2. I think Tom will put his lights out. Whenever he does, it's going to be wild. John's going to retire. I think John retires, win or lose in the situation, honestly. But I can see Tom putting his lights out.
I think everybody spoke on that one. So let's talk about Alex Pereira. I really like him. I like to watch him fight, but he's kind of he's either on or off. What's your thoughts on Pereira, Joe?
I mean, I love him. I don't know what he's doing now. It feels like he could have the rematch if he wanted it, but instead he's touring the world. I don't know what the game plan. I mean, earlier today he said his account said that he was done fighting and has a problem with the USA. Then he came out with the UFC. Then he comes out and says, "No, my account got hacked. I had a great relationship." I don't know. I feel like he's just slow playing something for some reason.
I think that was ridiculous, by the way, about the post, his ex being hacked. I mean, give me a break.
Yeah, I don't necessarily buy that, but
he got pissed off.
He drank a little too much one night and realized he made a mistake. So
that's exactly what happened. He was pissed off at the UFC because he's the one that turned down the fight initially, and then he spoke against him, and then he realized it was a dumb move, and he said he was hacked.
Hey, off script. Can we please go through some of the other fights for UFC 315?
Hell yeah, man! Which one you looking at? Xavier, which other fight do you think is going to be the best besides the?
I think I would like to do all the fights, but I know your time is limited, so maybe just the main card, you know?
Yeah, let's do that. I don't think you were.
Let's talk about Aldo.
Oh, let's talk about Aldo. That was the other one I wanted to bring up. I'm still excited about Aldo. I know that he hasn't been the same ever since he fought McGregor, but I still think he's a contender. Let's do that. What about you, Xavier? What do you think about the Aldo fight?
See, this is a tricky fight, cause his. I don't know how to pronounce the other guy's name, but the other guy trains with George St. Pierre. That's his coach. So he's not just some fucking scrub, and obviously he beat Javid Basharat, took his O. So this guy's the real deal. And Aldo's old, but Jose's still, he's still Aldo at the end of the day, and he arguably beat Mario Batista. And also Marab was Aldo was the only person Marab couldn't fucking take down. So Aldo, he's a favorite in this fight, and they think he's gonna win. I'm on the fence. I really don't know. I want to hear what you guys have to say.
I'm picking Aldo on this. Who are you picking, Gilly?
I said it before. Zahabi is one of my underdogs. I got Ayman Zahabi.
Joe, what about you?
I mean, I got to go with my thing. Zahabi's going to win it. Aldo's getting old. I think time catches up to us at some point for all of us, and I think he's kind of there. I don't think Aldo can pull it out.
MMA Council, you agree?
It's a toss-up for me. If I really had to throw my 2 cents in on this fight, I'd say it's probably going to go to decision.
I think so.
I'd like to see Jose win it, but I don't know if he will. Zabi's a bad man. He can be.
Who else is on that card? So you have that.
What about that first fight? I mean, a lot of people might not know, but who is it? The guy that fought Umar. Remember? His name is Bekset something. I forget his last name. And he put Umar down with a solid right when they fought. he's not a bum by any means. He's a good fighter. I mean, but he was just fighting Umar, who happened to take him down and take him down and take him down. There's nothing you can do. He's fighting another dude that's, I forget, Brad Katona. Brad Katona, is that his name?
Yeah, you talking about the very first fight of the night.
Yeah, the very first fight of the night. A lot of people have Brad Katona winning that fight. And he's the underdog.
So I'm looking now. You're talking about the 316 card.
No, 315.
Yeah,
I don't even see. Okay, I see.
I'm pretty sure it's the first fight of the night.
Almacan or something like
no,
that.
it is the first fight of the night. Katona, I mean, he's only 1-2 in his last 3 fights.
Right.
We look him up here.
Not to switch cards
and
on you,
Amakan, he made his debut against Umar and fucking gave Umar a hell of a fight. So that was, much credit to him. I don't know. I don't think Brad Katona wins that, and I think Brad Katona possibly will get finished in that fight too.
Very possible.
I mean, let's just be honest. Tough people come out of Kazakhstan.
Yeah, I mean,
listen, that part of the world does not make normal people who enter the UFC.
Now, what about jumping over to 316 again? Pena versus Harrison. We didn't talk about that. I think that's going to be a banger.
Kayla smokes her.
You think so?
Yeah, I'm friends with Kayla. Kayla's been smoking.
Oh yeah.
Kayla is a whole ass dude, man. She's gonna beat the living piss out of Pena.
She does whatever she wants to Pena.
All right. Well, I want you guys to remember that I called Madalena because I don't know if anybody else agreed with me on this one. Did anybody else pick him?
Hey, the MMA council's on JDM.
I think Jack catches him standing up.
What'd you say, Gilly?
I wouldn't be shocked if JDM wins. It's not like I think he's a bum or anything like that. I'll be completely honest to you. I didn't think what was going to happen to Bo Nickel like that. I didn't know if he was going to win because RDR has way more experience. So I had a feeling that he could win. I just didn't think RDR was going to make it look like Bo Nickel doesn't belong in the octagon, period. But with the JDM thing, like if JDM wins, I really won't be shocked because JDM is very good.
Yeah, he's a badass, man. He's a banger.
Yeah.
Man, I really appreciate you guys coming in and talking to me. We'll have to do it again next week. We'll talk more about 316. We'll talk about some past cards. I want to also thank Venus for getting you guys in here, getting this together. Thank you, Venus. You still with us, Venus? I think maybe her mic's not on right now. But I do appreciate you guys. If any of you guys are into NFTs, go over to YouTube and just type in the chat Bamboo Club NFT, and I'll pick one of you guys and I'll give it to you, man. But keep me on your list, follow us, and we'll do this again next week. Sound good?
Sounds great. Send you a follow.
Be back with us,
everyone.
Thank you for getting this together. I don't know if you heard me, but thank you for getting this together, Venus.
Oh yeah, no problem. You guys have a great night, and we will see you all next time.
All right, man. See you later, guys.
See you next time.
Thank you all.